This is the week 2 lab basic chemistry for investigating living walkthrough. Again, remember every lab is an individual assignment and it will be due on Sunday rather than Monday. Make sure you have the lab kit because it will have the stuff in it. You have to complete it. It has to be a Word document. You won't see the faculty materials. You'll see the formatted lab. You want to click on that, enter everything in there, and then you'll have the rubric. Let's go through the rubric. First you'll click on it, it would download, click it open, save it to your desktop, whatever makes you happy. I like to have a file folder for each class with the date that it starts because then I can save it into my cloud. It's nice and organized. I also like to put all that stuff like my participation post into a Word document because then I could reuse it later or I can review it later, or if I am writing a paper, I have that reference, right? So let's go to that rubric first. So the rubric, like all the lab rubrics, are kind of boring, but it's a half a point for the observations. This time you've got 4 exercises, so 0.75 a pop, and then some for grammar, okay? So not too bad. Now let's go over to the the actual formatted lab. Again, I'm going to be looking at my key, so hopefully between the two of them I won't forget anything. So here's format, put your title page here. Isn't it so pretty? And then we go through the whole blah blah blah. You should read it once after that. So these, again, you can share your observations if you want to in the thread for the assignment, so you can just know you're on track. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't need to. So the hypothesis is, does it contain protein? Is that it contains protein? You say yes or no if you saw that. What the color was, and then is the test substance present or absent? So I'll probably do the color first. I don't know. Do whatever works for you the best. And table 2 is going to be with the iodine. Make sure you put it in the right thing. So this is your, I'm going to say Biret reagent. This is your iodine solution, your Benedict's reagent. Oh, and then you want to say, what are you testing for? Put that up here. It will just help you remember. And then we go through Benedict's, same kind of thing. Get to test everything. The lipid test. Hopefully you'll see lipids in oil. Probably not in water. Then the testing for the chemical composition. So this is where you take all the information you had from the above and shove it into here, right? So if you saw it, let me get down to here. If you saw it, you'll put a plus. If you don't see it, you'll say a negative, right? And so you just say, like, I saw protein in the test substance. Yes or no? Like for here, 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 here. I saw sugar, blue, blue, blue. I saw starch, blah, blah, blah. So if you know that, whatever, Sudan 3 test for lipids, then you know that that should be a plus, right? So you have a pretty little pattern. Then we're testing, so for the presence of proteins. So what is the test substance? So I might look at the title and be like, probably protein. Then you're going to say which one's the control, what test tube contained the most of it, other than control, what had the least. To the results, go with your initial hypothesis. What's the conclusion? Did the color change as you expect, not as you expected? Why? Add some more of it. See what happens. Explain, right? Well, just see what happens. And then discussion was like, what was the purpose of this? Probably to look and see if there is a protein in it. Why is it important to keep everything clean? What are the other types of foods or substances that might contain high level of protein? Here's something, if you know off the top of your head, you could put it in, or you could use it in text citation. And then suggest a situation which you might use this as a test. And analytical presence, right? Read, you'll find stuff. Here is testing the presence of starch in cells. So what's the test substance? I'm guessing starch. It's very repetitive to what you did the last time. Same thing with the purpose. It's all basically the same. Then testing for the presence of sugar. So I'm guessing you're testing for sugar. And then you go through the same basic thing, right? Just going to do it for all of them. We talk about the same thing. Yeah, the same concept. Same stuff. Okay, then testing for lipids. So what's your test subject? Probably lipids. And then you go through and answer all of that for whatever you found. Fill in summary 5. Oh, so you do 5 now. We already did it. And what was that, letter E? Letter E. There you go. Then we have the summary. So whatever you learned, you have to play with it. This one's going to probably feel a little nerve-wracking when you start, but just give yourself patience. Know that you can do it. You're just getting to play and see what changes color. Try to have fun and not stress out. In general, try to have fun and not stress out. Well, I hope this helped you understand the lab and at least how to answer the worksheet. The lab, once you pull everything out, you're going to read before you start it. Make sure you do the reading before you start the labs. It will really, really, really help you for the lab manual reading, because you'll just be like, okay, and it really walks you through it. And I know it's very unnerving. I worry about you guys. Don't be unnerved. Okay, I hope this helps. Submit a draft if you're worried, or just give me something to do and make me happy, because I like to review drafts. And there you go.